Elon has been talking a lot lately about Neuralink and some of the applications he expects it to be capable of or not capable of in the first decade or so of the product life cycle. But as we get closer to the first clinical human trials for Neuralink, it's becoming clearer what this brain-computer interface technology will actually do and how it will help people. So let's talk about what's going on with Neuralink in 2022. Welcome to First Class Tech, and in this video, we'll take a look at some of the latest updates about Neuralink. Curious to know? Let's find out. We know that Elon has broadly promised that Neuralink can do everything from helping people with spinal cord injuries to enabling telepathic communication, curing brain diseases like Parkinson's and ALS, allowing us to control devices with our thoughts, and even merging human consciousness with artificial intelligence. When asked recently if Neuralink was still on track for their first human trial by the end of this year, Elon Musk simply replied yes, which I believe is a good sign. When Elon gives an abrupt response like this, it appears that he is confident in what he is saying. For comparison, when asked about human trials of Neuralink around the same time last year, Elon wrote, "If things go well, we might be able to do initial human trials later this year." Take note of the significant difference in these two responses. This is not science, but it is noteworthy. We also learned earlier this year that Neuralink was looking for a director and a coordinator for clinical trials. According to the job posting, the director will work closely with some of the most innovative doctors and top engineers, as well as working with Neuralink's first clinical trial participants. We know that Neuralink has been conducting surgical trials on monkeys and pigs so far. In their 2020 demonstration, Neuralink showed us a group of pigs who had all received Neuralink implants and, in some cases, had also undergone the procedure to have the implant removed. Then, in 2021, we saw a monkey who could play video games without a controller, using only his brain, which was linked by 2 Neuralink implants. Human trials with Neuralink would undoubtedly be a significant step forward in product development. Elon wrote last year, Neuralink is working super hard to ensure implant safety and is in close communication with the FDA. Previously, at Neuralink events, he stated that the company's goal is to exceed all FDA safety requirements, not just meet them. Tesla vehicles not only exceed all crash safety requirements, but they also outperform any other car ever built. Elon has been narrowing down what exactly Neuralink will be able to do in its first phase implementation as we get closer to the anticipated timeline for human testing. It's been difficult to keep track when Elon is literally talking about using this technology for every crazy thing imaginable. That Neuralink will make language obsolete, that it will allow us to create digital backups of human minds, that we will be able to merge our consciousness with an artificial superintelligence and become ultra-enhanced cyborgs. By the way, if you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can enjoy our future videos while getting updated. Getting back to the topic. Elon has recently discussed treating morbid obesity with a Neuralink, which he mentioned during a live TED Talk interview. This was not something he expected to hear, but it appears to be supported by science. A couple of studies have already been conducted with brain implants in people with morbid obesity. The implant transmitted frequent electric pulses into the hypothalamus region of the brain, which is thought to be driving an increase in appetite. It's too early to tell if that method is truly effective, but it would be far less invasive than other surgeries that alter a patient's stomach in the hopes of suppressing their appetite. Elon responded to the comment in a tweet, writing that treating obesity through the brain is certainly physically possible. Elon elaborated on the concept in the same post, writing, "We're working on bridging broken links between brain and body. Neuralinks in the motor and sensory cortex connecting to Neuralinks in the spinal cord should theoretically be able to restore full body functionality." This is one of the more practical applications of Neuralink technology that we anticipate seeing. These electric signals can be read by one Neuralink device in the brain and wirelessly transmitted via Bluetooth to a second Neuralink device implanted in a muscle group, where the signal from the brain is delivered directly into the muscles. This type of treatment has previously been performed using brain implants and muscular implants, but it has always required the patient to have a very cumbersome setup with wires running through their body, into their brain, and wires running out of their skull and into the computer. The true innovation of Neuralink is that it accomplishes all of this with very small implants that communicate wirelessly, so you would never know that the patient has a brain implant just by looking at them. Elon commented on this in another tweet, writing, "It is an electronics/mechanical/software engineering problem for the Neuralink device that is similar in complexity level to smartwatches, which are not easy. plus the surgical robot, which is comparable to state-of-the-art CNC machines. As a result, the Neuralink has more in common with an Apple Watch than with any existing brain-computer interface technology, and it is only possible because of the autonomous robotic device that performs the surgery. The electrodes that connect the Neuralink device to the brain cortex are too small and fine to be sewn by human hands. Elon alluded to this when asked if Neuralink could cure tinnitus, a permanent ringing in the ears. Certainly, Elon wrote. Current version Neuralinks are semi-generalized neural read-or-write devices with about 1,000 electrodes, and tinnitus probably requires far fewer than 1,000. He went on to say, future generation Neuralinks will increase electrode count by many orders of magnitude. This brings us to more realistic expectations of what a Neuralink can and cannot do. It's entirely possible that the device will be expanded in the future to handle some very complex issues, but the benefits will be limited for the time being. I lost a grandparent to Alzheimer's. How will Neuralink address memory loss in the human brain? A Twitter user recently asked Elon. Current generation Neuralinks can help to some extent, Elon responded. But an advanced case of Alzheimer's often involves macrodegeneration of the brain. However, Neuralinks should theoretically be able to restore almost any functionality lost due to localized brain damage from stroke or injury. Because those 1,000 electrodes can't reach all areas of the brain at once, Neuralink will be ineffective against a condition that affects the entire brain. However, those electrodes can be targeted on a specific area of damage or injury, and this is how Neuralink will begin to help in the short term, and this will be the focus of early human trials. During his TED Talk interview, Elon spoke about the people who approach him about participating in Neuralink's first human trials. The emails we get at Neuralink are heartbreaking, says one. They'll send us only tragic stories about people in their prime who were in a motorcycle accident and are now unable to feed themselves. This is something we could work on. Elon spoke more specifically about the Neuralink timeline in a separate interview with Business Insider in March, saying Neuralink in the short term is just about solving brain injuries, spinal injuries, and that kind of thing. So for many years, Neuralink's products will only be useful to people who have lost the use of their arms or legs, or who have suffered a traumatic brain injury of some kind. The last interesting thing Elon said on Twitter about Neuralink was no need for artificial intelligence, neural networks, or machine learning quite yet. He wrote these as abbreviations, but they are all terms we are familiar with from Tesla and their autonomous vehicle program. We know Elon is an expert in AI, and he has some of the best people in the world working for him at Tesla. This is a skill set that will be used in Neuralink at some point, but we don't know when. All we can do is wait. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. What do you think about the future of humans with Neuralink? Let us know in the comments. Like this video and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you in the